live right now, so stay put. We're just going over instant gratification again, right? We told you guys, we ain't gonna get on here. I need this. My body needs it. I'm not gonna deny my body that right now, right? We had a plan of moving forward and getting off these, and we've been moving forward with that plan. We ain't gonna try to build something in a day that's not gonna happen. It's just gonna fall. So yeah, me being able to bring that message makes me want to put these, makes me want to put them down and break them. But I know there's people out here still this year, right? Cigarettes has always been a big goal, and then, they fail, and then everyone makes fun of them, right? Oh yeah, it's so fucking funny that everyone's poisoning our air, and then you're making fun of the people that's poisoning our air, so they're stressed out and poison our air more. It's real funny. Right, we're here to break shit down, guys. Instant gratification, right? We came live today to stay consistent. We made a commitment to help people that, they felt urges to give up. Right? We're here to help that person move forward regardless. Even in the moments of uncertainty, right? Because nobody has to quit, right? But if everyone appears stronger, why would there be a reason to quit? I mean, everyone appears stronger to me. We're here to build each other up. We want to keep, when we lift people as high as they could be, we want to tear them right back down and build them right back up past that point. We want to have the ability to be comfortable tearing something down just to replace it. Because then we'll know how to build for surely. And then we'll be able to build forever. They say you could teach a fisherman how to... Yeah, I don't know how that go. I give away the whole pole, right? I don't give out no instructions. I say, well, how would a fisherman do it? How would we build wealth if we didn't know how to build wealth? Well, we're scaredy cats, so what if we tested it out on our theories out on someone else, right? And we were heavily involved in those theories. We tested out the wealth building strategies. Well, what if it happened for them? Then we would know how to do it. We'd be one of the people that know how to create wealth. And then what if you teach a group of people how to create wealth and, repeat a few things that you did to get yourself to that step, which was lead other people to that step and get them to lead more people to that step. What's that really do for the head of it or the tail of it or any part of it? It all increases. So instant gratification, that's I need to step back and, we need to evaluate where everyone's at in the instant gratification process, right? Are you expecting a penny today? Or are you expecting a quarter? Are you expecting a penny for your work? Or a quarter? If you're expecting more than that, chances are you might be too high because, we're about to break the quarter down to the penny, right? The level of work you put in, right? By level, I mean excitement, frequency, how you feel after you put it in. It should not come down to whether this is silver and whether this is a penny, right? Because silver, right? We got silver dimes, we got silver nickels, and we got pennies. Pennies work hard for us every day in society. What happens to a penny if it doubles every 31 days for 31 days straight? So if you double your the work you let that penny resemble that you're gonna put in, right? And they say a faith of a mustard seed, and then you do some type of work. No one said it wasn't the best work you could ever do, right? Be passionate to yourself, true to yourself, lift yourself up. In return, other people get lifted up around you. How much work do we put in for that penny? Could we double it on the second day? What about, you know, on the 31 day, the penny becomes 10 million, right? Just doubling every day. Who's cool with that happening? Like, you know, we'd all accept that, but a lot of us, if we was given a choice to pick something different, you know, we wouldn't choose the penny that doubles for 31 days unless you had knowledge on it that you've learned from being exposed to, you know, certain things. Or if you just took a guess and, you know, that was your true heart, which it was anyway, right? That's 3 options. There's not always just 2 options. What if that was the only option? That there's not always just 2 options. There could be 3. There would surely have to be 2. You know, that's called the choice we make. Well, if there's not 2, there's no choice. That's Albert Einstein. Reaction equal counter reaction. You know, they both take place. If there's a quarter that's 100% good, there's a quarter that's 100% bad. If I choose the 100% bad one, I still also chose this because it was all in the decision. You know, I just chose this one. It doesn't mean I'm good. It doesn't mean I'm bad. It doesn't mean I'm bad. It doesn't mean I'm good. It means both those things, right? It doesn't matter how. All that is you know, that's our perception. That's unique thought processes. fast10kinfo@gmail.com if you're wondering how to move forward. Right? I come here with the same message. You know, we're here to be consistent, right? Build the principles. So this is the principles to me. You know, I'm only at 800 friends. We're still working. Actually, let's change how we said that. Let's go back and be a little more grateful. Right? Let's be okay with making a mistake in front of our audience and showing them you know, when you change your heart, you can change your ways. When you change your ways, you can change your life. That's how you control your will. That's how you really fucking build. This was just a rap. How they really feel. That's 4 bars, but yeah, guys, we get on a live and we just chill, right? I mean, I've been blessed with a viewer. Interesting. What's up? Who's in there? Are you still in here, Kim? We're going over instant gratification, building, and, you know, I'm the brand, I'm the face, that's me, so I'm the one delivering. I get to face all the nervousness, the excitement. You know, I get to see my viewers build up. You know, all the things I go through for the live, there's also a reward that we're not seeing yet. That's instant gratification. You know, when you're asked to plant a seed, you know that seed's going to bear fruit, right? So when we're asked to put in work, we know the work's going to bear fruit. We're just not sure when. It could be coming right around the corner, and we got to make sure we're still here putting in the work, or we, you know, what was flowing to us might change its route because we wasn't flowing anymore, right? It might have needed our help. What was flowing to us might have needed our help to get through the day as well, and it was coming to us 2 days after that, but we stopped 3 days before. Right, we don't know how it all works. We just know we got to trust the work we're putting in. Know it's coming. Know it's coming when we want it, and it's coming fast and how we want it. So we don't really know how things are going to take off. We're focused to helping our team. We want our team to be able to, you know, do something easy that anyone could do, right? Everyone knows how to talk, right? Can you announce email addresses out loud? fast10kinfo@gmail.com. fast10kinfo@gmail.com. Like, right, I'm making the science. That's why it sounds new. I'm creating it. Right? They're probably gonna copy me. We know this. I still know it's not really my method, it's how I'm leading with it, right? The information's there. It's called canned email responses. I showed them how to do it in my videos. I didn't withhold that information. I already released that to the public. I'm gonna show them how to utilize it. Like, you could take that one strategy and think there's only one way to utilize it. No, you've only looked for one way to utilize it. You didn't look for 2 yet. You didn't look for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We only need one strategy. We just need an open mind to understand we're the ones that create the variations how to use it. Right, guys? My name's Dre. Fast10kinfo@gmail.com. If you could, whoops, my Snapchat's going off. Leave me a like, comment who's in here. I could actually, I could start showing you guys. I could show different things when different people participate. It's not about one thing. It's about the variations. That's what I just said. Right? I can't make no one wanna subject themselves to learning from me. I can influence, but when I influence, I'm influencing straight up, like straight where I gotta lead. Because when I influence, right, if we're on different paths and we gotta keep the highest path in our mind, and I need to influence people to go a certain type of way, and I want to go up. Well, I influence the motion of up, right? Where's that go? So if people want to gravitate towards me, they have to come up so their energy attaches on, right? And it does guide a little bit. It guides me because you guys are powerful. Like there's that voice in our head, that consciousness. Well, we know that voice. Based off there being other people in that world, we know that voice, it doesn't really have to speak the language we choose to make our minds speak, right? It doesn't have to speak that language. We chose that based off our surroundings. But calm down, that's not our voice. It's an identity our voices choose to adopt. The English language, the other native languages, all that. That's why this, fortunately this doesn't get a big audience, right? Because then you can share it one-on-one with whoever's in here. We don't know who this is, but it doesn't get a big audience. And that reason is because people already know this, right? Let's be honest, people already know this. I'm not, afraid of what I see. I see, I see where we all go, where we lead to. The difference is, I forget what I was just teaching, right? It's back in this video though, so we're safe when we're on live, because imagine you're trying to teach someone, you're just trying to teach someone else and you forget, and that was the missing important piece to them. But it's not a live where, live takes a little bit longer for your audience to put in their message, right? You can't be interrupted as freely when you're the one doing the live, right? That's why you encourage other people to get the live, to get that feeling. And it's still their choice. But yeah, guys, New Year's, right? 2020, it's the 5th day. And let me guess, you don't want to see me smoke this, right? We don't even know if we're allowed to advertise that stuff on Facebook. But let's, why do companies advertise cigarette prices? Adults know the price of their cigarettes. People don't just be like, oh. It ain't like, they can't ask inside of the store what that price is. Right? And besides that, adults know the price. They're not targeting adults, right? They're targeting their next generation of customers. That's it. That's what a lot of people do. They target. If your next generation of customers can change every day, because say you're a tobacco company, your next generation of customers is the people that's 18. So all in all, you want them to be buying before they're 18. Which is against the law, but you're covered by that same law. But when they turn 18, that's when you got what you wanted. Now they pushed that to 21 or something like that. Good. That's still not fair to the people that the people that was smoking and got nicotine in their blood. They gotta wait 3 more years now if they're already struggling to get smoke. Like they gotta wait 3 years to be able to, and then if they're the ones that's being denied the nicotine and people are sitting there watching that and that person loses their mind because they're being denied the nicotine, right? They're not being allowed to choose something. And then that person's going to be looked at by society how? And then where's society going to punish that person more at because you made a change too fast? Someone wasn't willing to accept change, so this happened to them. Well, that puts society, that puts them in the hands of this child, right? It's a 17-year-old we're talking about, I feel like a lot of adults in this land, they don't have enough respect for the children. The children see that, that's why they don't respect the adults, and then people are confused. Yeah, well, what's the golden rule that the adults stand by? Treat others how you want to be treated, and then adults teach that, then you tell a child to stay in a child's place? Well, how'd you want to be treated? You must want to be treated like you was in an adult's place. If you look at an adult's place, the child's place is way more powerful. Right? The adult got to go slave for that toy for the child because the adult wants to. That's the adult's choice. The child doesn't. The child's not the one desiring that toy, so the adult's going to slave for this toy to create the circumstances that made them slave for that toy for the child that doesn't even want the toy. The child just, there was a time, look, Nate, can I use the N-word? I do use that word just because it's not on live. I don't think it's appropriate for certain audiences. That's because I accepted how they feel about it, right? And it's not my people that feel a type of way about it, so I'm the one that can explain certain things a little better. But this child, right? People will, that's how it's been structured to be. And then you're all sad for the new year, right? So after Christmas, you slave for the toy, create the circumstances for you to slave for that toy again in the new year, and then, how it felt good to do all that, right? It builds you up, how you set these high goals that, it's not the high goal that you're setting, it's the level of commitment you set to that goal. The goal doesn't even matter, it's the level of commitment you set to that goal. And then you go straight into the new year and fail. It's a structure, it's a plan. You're winning the plan. It's not your doing, but understand there is a plan for you to do that. And that plan leads you, it leads you to making a New Year's resolution. Does it ever cross your mind that maybe it leads you to breaking it every year too? Right? They said the New Year's really in March. I'm in America, so it doesn't matter to me anyway, because they say it's in January anyway. I'm sorry, I didn't move this year. I apologize. Right? That's the reality of the situations and how, I deal with them, because it's my intellect, right? And I get backed into a cage because of it. You wonder how someone of intellect gets backed into a cage. That's for trying to free too many people at one time. Trying to make sure everyone gets their way all at once, seeing the things that make us happy, and trying to make sure, if it took giving someone a flower a day to make them happy, making sure them flowers are delivered every day, whether or not I'm included or not, because if it takes me being included for happiness to be there for these people, which it doesn't, right? Because my way is to make sure it can happen regardless, right? Like it already does. How could we arrange a plan to make sure it all happens? Well, if I have 30 neighbors, which I got around there, what if, 5 kids did it and they got a reward for it? What if the reward didn't have to come from me? What if the person doubting this information right now believed in the law of attraction and still doubted this information right now, though? You see, they fell victim to thinking that we have to do things a certain way. Like, your voice could change the direction of your life at any given time you choose. Your voice could get you out of situations when you can't choose, right? No one said your voice, how we say we think, right? The English language, That's not how we think, but that's how it gets the identity and a picture of itself, kind of. It's not that that's its identity or picture in our words. So if I knew two languages, right, if someone was talking to me and I didn't want to be rude, and I could wing it and try using the opposite language. I could try using my second language if I didn't want to talk to them, and they would think I just didn't understand. Right? That's once again, that's our mind. It's not it's not words. It is words. It's thoughts. It's words. But the words, what happens if this video gets translated? That word changes, but what that word meant there, that word is not translated perfectly. Right? But there was something that was similar, or thought that was able to be, translated to common grounds. But I'm telling you, the words, they're not that important. It's the thoughts. Right? You don't even, they say speak your life into existence. Well, what if you think your life into existence, right? Because then you could think to use your will to will your life into existence. You could think to speak in a different way. Because who's to say the F word doesn't mean, like, to give them a clear example, who's to say, they want to see, I understand, I be feeling like I understand what people want to see, right? I go through that personally, I go through that alone, but I'm still here to, I don't know what I'm giving to the audience right now, but they're tuned in. I don't think any of them's committed to really speak, so they're just here to listen, is how it seems. I want to see if we could pick up a new direction, so could someone drop a topic below, or we might smoke this. We're probably going to light it up anyway, because we know we need to do it on this video, because if we don't, then we ain't showed a smoker, right? That it's okay. It's okay that you already smoked in the new year. We didn't stand with them. So if I don't do that, I feel like I almost turned my back. So we're not gonna play around. We can mess around and spark this to end the whole live, like just to show them, you have to be willing to go crazy for your people. You have to be willing to go to the next level for your people. But a lot of the people we look up to, the celebrities, do you think they were in their right mind, right? Before? Yeah, they were, you're right, But do you think the people around them, answer honestly, thought they was in their right mind, right? Because most of it's this generation millionaires. That's the people getting wealth. Do you think the people around them thought that person was in their right mind? Did when that thing we call when that thing came, and then it was to that person through their actions, and the family they were gifted with at birth got to choose, but this person had the means to make things better. How many choices did everyone around that person get? Now, who gets credit for making it that way? Surely it's not the person with the money. That's their reward. That's what they see. Because I understand that people are a little bit different than most people, right? I understand y'all's ability to understand people. I mean, I didn't say no one could understand me, but we haven't got to that point yet. At the point where we're all willing to move forward, right, regardless of how someone else decides to live their life. When we all, if they knew what the word all meant, they would know the seriousness of, let's say we faced a war, hypothetically, right, and all people were included, what do all people want to make sure that doesn't have to happen, right? Which way do they want this world to be? Why can't we get to decisions like that, right? we want when we want something new to the world, we bring it to the world. Why don't we focus on what's already here? And we got a whole lot of things here that need change. Let's all change something and create that way through pausing for a minute, build the foundation. All right, and then we resume from a compassionate level where we all came together, right? And like I said, if they understand all, right, they would be they will understand why there is a war. Because all people aren't getting their way. All people deserve to get their way if we're all equal. Isn't that how the highest being would see it? And they could ask themselves a question.